Okay, now that I am not muted, now that the stream can hear me, and I also have desktop audio, let's try this one last time. Attention everyone, this is not a drill, it's a hammer. But also, it's TRS. Somehow, somebody, you know, my excitement for TRS really has died down uh, a while, a bit. But also, I just showered, so I didn't have much time to prepare like everything from scratch. Why did I go to app data local? That's not where. That's not the app data folder that Touhou uses. Replay, yes. Uh, skips. Comments about the run. EE. What sections would you like to skip till Kagero? Yes, we have uh, 4 score runs. One of them is a fan game. I managed to put the L&D first before realizing that we have 4 score runs. And so there's gonna be time for commentators to get in that know something about video games. In the meantime, uh, wow, it's an L&D. Not to disrespect those who achieve L&Ds and are quite proud of their achievements, which they have a right to be proud of. Okay, but which Kagero do I skip to? Do I skip to mid-boss Kagero or full-boss Kagero? Okay, I'm definitely showing that though. Because I want to adjust my volume settings, that's why. I double-click the title bar. That does put the game in full screen mode though. That was a timeout. Alright, now that I managed to adjust my volume settings, accidentally skip past the first non-spell, and accidentally full screen the game, we have arrived at Kagero. At last. I should look at the game, I think. Yeah, I guess I can have my windows open like that. Nice puck. Yeah, this game is about getting POCs. That's its gimmick. By the way, which translator is responsible for the image being cut off? Because I know that's the translator's fault. They have the images that tell them what the sprite boundaries are, and they mess it up anyways. That was a bit unfortunate. Like, you did it so well last wave. So, stage 4. fair and balanced. It is. Yes, Yes, Toy Mini, you had a run for TRS. And... I'm gonna show it after 2 score runs. You know, I tried to order the replays based on the difficulty. Uh... I didn't actually consider... I didn't actually notice that we have 4 score runs until I looked at the finished schedule. But also... Yeah, now I remember what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that these days, and especially when I'm hosting, the schedule is only a suggestion. You don't there is no requirement to follow the schedule. On to Ben Ben. Yeah, there's nothing wrong about Ben Ben being here. Because you are playing as a B-shot. This manages to cap with 3 seconds left, which is just me repeating the information that was already on screen. Do I just make another drill joke? The bomb piece. Yeah, don't drop your bomb pieces, they are very important. Especially in runs that don't have a single X input. You must have, like, prepared for that, because the way you transitioned that streaming into killing that fairy before it got to shoot, that was perfect. This must be what they mean with the perfect run. You're supposed to macro them, but you can't macro them on her. I have managed to capture the Ben Ben second on, I think, as Marissa A. I think it's second on, which is for A shots, which is the one that you cannot just macro around, but you have to actually micro dodge it. And with Mue and Sakuya A, you can just kill it before it becomes a problem. But with Marissa A, you have to dodge it. But I did manage to cap it once. Not even bothering to shoot? Okay. This is a no bomb run. That's why it's important to not drop any bomb pieces. See, the point of a no bomb run is that you don't use any of your bombs while solving the incident, so that you can then use them to make bomb threats. Except that you actually have a bomb, so maybe people are gonna take your bomb threat seriously instead of thinking it's a meme, even if you format it like a meme. So, rests. They have funny hitboxes. You know what also has funny hitboxes? Notes. You know what else? You know what has lots of notes? This spell. The notes have found their victim. Evacuate immediately. Echo chamber. Echo Chamber? There's a spell called Echo Chamber. Sometimes your microphone directly hits my eardrums. I lowered my microphone's volume by 0.7 dB. You know, notes are actually surprisingly simple to read. So you have like the little circle, like the circle thingy, and the circle thingy is on a bar, and depending on how high or low it is on the bar determines how high or low the sound should be. And the note can have, and if the note has no stem, then it's a full note. If it has a stem, it's a half note. If the stem has a flag, it's a quarter note. And with every flag you add, every flag you add on top of that, it becomes an 8th, a 16th, a 32th note. So it basically halves the duration for which you play the note. And yes. You know, I realized I was gonna say that, and then I said it on purpose. You're going for the timeout on this? Okay. Do you get anything from capturing the mid-spell? There is a mid-spell anyways. There is a mid-spell anyways, even if you time out the non, there was no point to that at all. Post mid-boss portion. Right, those exist. Where the longer you take on the mid-boss, the less post mid-boss section you have. No, I thought it was gonna skip reverse needle attack. So that you don't have to do that spell, but I guess it was just for that stage section. But I don't remember that stage section being that hard. And DDC is one of the few games that I have actually played. No, the point of timing down the non wasn't to skip reverse needle attack. It was to have less post mid-boss section. Have you played Roblox? I have played Roblox. Is this gonna be a D's nuts joke? Wait, Toybean, you also play Roblox? Do you play the towers that ZPS plays? I'm just showing people Chomix. I don't know what that is, even though I speak Russian. You know, that movement almost looks like the screen wasn't turned upside down. You must have really adapted yourself to that. Duke's Towers of Hell. PUBG Arabic. Okay. Let's hold a community vote. Do we turn this episode of TRS into a Roblox stream? Hamster and polish, okay. Okay, that makes sense because polish doesn't resemble any other Slavic language I've ever heard of. I don't even have Roblox installed. And you still died to it. You were doing actual time 112 seconds. What the heck? I wish I caught that earlier. Still, you were doing so well on the spell, and then you died and at 1 HP. Sucia moves. These sections can be a bit messy with item collection because you just drop everything. Now, what if you had Touhou 18.5 mechanics for those needle yin yang sections? For some reason, I'm imagining Touhou 18.5 mechanics for that section. Okay, final boss. A final boss that might also work with Touhou 18.5 mechanics. Doing this, okay. I think these green things split off and then they start aiming at you. But so people do a streaming thing where they just don't take the big gaps. Dude, you need the bomb piece to make bomb threats. Or to actually bomb. I mean, use the bomb after you're done with the LMB. At a, I don't know, shrine. Okay, you managed to misdirect it. You managed to do it, but at the cost of not capping the non. Yes, good, you also do that. I think the hitboxes. I think the hitboxes of those bullets don't scale according to how the sprites scale when they become big. Cap rate? Do I even have a score file? At 0-0 with the side shot. Yes, and then you can do spell skip where you skip the entire spell afterwards. Not that clean. Yeah, I don't do a good job at keeping my score files. So like I have no score files whatsoever. I have a bunch of backup score files in my Google Drive, but never restore them. So I don't have a score file. Like, you know what else is an indicator of just how barren my score file is? Now, if you want to show off cap rates on TRS, then you could send a score file. I would imagine that no host other than me would actually use the score file to show off the cap rates. Uh, but I would do it. Grow bigger. The hardest spell in all of Touhou. Thanks for watching my top 10 list. Time to engineer a new color. Hu People who claim that human imagination has no limits when I tell them to imagine a new color. Okay, but you actually need life pieces for LOBs. Okay, but there is an actual top 10 hardest spells in Touhou video, and in that video, You Grow Bigger is listed as the hardest spell. The video came out at a time where Touhou 15 already existed, and I think 16 also did. I thought the video wasn't that bad when I watched it. So that's probably why I don't remember it being bad, even though it probably is. Rasta's Final. Putting that on the top 10 list during a period of time where Touhou 15 and 16 exist. Okay, that was a good capture. You know what I should do? I should make a top 10 list of the jankiest spells in Touhou. And it's all from Touhou 18. Funny. Let's check the score again. There it is. How many misses? I wish I counted that. Okay. Add commentator. The score runs are here. I didn't even play that game. Can you believe that I'm hosting this? Let's see. I probably have the app data folder open. I do, in fact. Alright. TH-Grab, please don't take too long. Actually, the game ID TH18 is missing in games.js. So, I guess software TH-Grab. I'm just gonna launch from the command line. Loader.exe, en.js. I think I messed up how I configured Touhou 18 in TH-Grab when I installed Touhou 18.5. Oh yeah, it sure is taking its time. There we go, Touhou 18. See, to those who weren't here at the start, I made a drill joke. Now, I have been hacking this game recently, that's why I have my music off. Oh, it's a counter stop run. It's counter stopped. Well, if it counter stops, then I need to do something real quick. Uh, First of all, I want to enable that. And score on cap. Actually, that desync fix, I have that in thcrap as well, so there's no point to it. Is the music still off? Moo is LNN pace into Azrael right now for the third time. Dude, he's gonna defeat Israel at this rate. Alright. Now, I never played... I never seriously played Touhou 18 in my entire life. But I have been hacking it. I do know a little bit about it. Do I have the counter stop patch on? Yes. Yeah, there's one very funny attack on Azrael where it's just spam, but the attacks before it are also pretty difficult to dodge. At least I found it was difficult to dodge. But at least you don't get sent back in the fight if you die. So, I know about Touhou 18 scoring that you have a mallet, and that if you hammer bullets with your mallet, you get money, which is tracked here. And if you have money, you get score. I am not sure how that works. But what I do know is that this game isn't DDC. Player. This is lunatic. And we're playing as Lasane. Money equals PIV. Okay, but there are no point items in this game. So does the amount of score you get from money increase as you get money? I didn't actually know that. A game where PIV and point items are the same thing. The money item value. Okay, I think I get it now. You get score for money, but the amount of money you have also determines how much score you get from a money item. And by canceling bullets with the mallet, you get a lot of money items. So because of that, when you use a mallet on like the point where bullets come out of, and there are just lots of bullets there, you get a lot of money, which is a lot of score. Okay, there are also bullet cancel items that increase your money item value. So your true money item value isn't shown anywhere on screen. But also there is this funny Also, there's this funny card that you can, where you... I think this card gives power. It gives power, but it also allows you to dash and cancel bullets. What does the Sutra Scroll do in this game? Okay, the rice gives power. Okay, every 90 seconds you get power. Okay. Another thing to mention about UM is that you do not get a lot of power in this game, and you lose it at a much higher rate than you get it unless you don't miss the whole time. But I was informed of the fact that the bunny that the rice gives you power every 90 seconds, and you get your first bit of power immediately, but also you get a bit of invincibility and bullet cancelling from it every 90 seconds. I think the scroll reduces card cooldown, which is known to desync replays. But it's a pretty useful card, minus the replay desyncing. And what does the hand do? Only D6 if you buy it from the extra stage shop. So does that explain... Yeah, so that explains why it says extra only here. Hand makes every enemy get 1 extra gold. Okay. Okay, more gold from enemies means more score, because you get PIV. Money item value. And money, which is score. Wow, I never even knew most of those things. Are you waiting? Alright, you might wait not just for cancels, but also for cards to recharge on spells. That makes sense. Yeah, I noticed that the rice card, the Rice Crispy. Yeah, full power gives you a bomb piece. What the? Why do? So that's actually really good. Oh, so that's something that you can use actively. But it only shows the currently selected active card at the bottom left, which makes sense because the active cards in total are all listed here. You know, I thought that Rice wasn't an active card because it wasn't down there, and then I realized the game lists all its active cards here because it's not 18.5, where it will tell you what card you got on which wave, and so active cards have to be all listed here. Remelia Fang, also known as Morbius. You know, I'm bound to get confused by a few more things as a result of this game not being 18.5. Yeah, Fang just deals a lot of damage and cancels spells in front of you. But you have to activate it, and then it does that for a short amount of time, and then you have to, and it has to recharge. President by Jisoo on wave 1. Oh my god, dude, I thought you were just making, I thought you were making a little joke about the fact that you also get confused, or that I get confused by 18.5 things in 18. But also, the reasons he might not have bought Jisoo in stage 1 is maybe it wasn't available in the shop, which is another thing about this game. You can buy cards from shops at the end of stages, but what the cards that the shop is stocked with is random. With 32 viewers, 3 shatters. Yeah, but yeah, it is a bit more complicated than that. So when you start the game, yeah, so when you start the game will assemble a deck of cards, which is every card that can be available in shops, which doesn't have to be every card in total. And when the game assembles that deck when you press game start, but if you buy a if you buy a card, that card gets removed from the deck, so it is not available in future shops, but the deck doesn't get reset when you use the reset option. So you can actually affect what cards can be in stock for the entirety of the game, but it's still random if on that particular stage the cards will in fact be in stock. You can do that without any modifications at all by just constantly replaying stage 1 and buying cards, but that takes a long time. So what people do is they use TH Prag and they use the backspace option F10 in the shop to get a special shop that has every card available, and that has every card in the deck available, and where you also don't have to spend money to buy cards. And people will use that shop to manipulate this deck to only have the cards that they want, and then they will reset. And then the deck is assembled properly, and only the cards that the player wants to be available end up being available. The player base has agreed that this is a fine thing to do, but some scorans have tried to just buy cards directly out of the debug shop and then proceed to next stage with those cards, and then save the replay and submit that as a scorer. Because of that, when you open the debug shop, TH Prac will add the blue Magatama card, which is impossible to obtain in main game otherwise, to indicate the fact that you use the debug shop. But nowadays TH Prac is open source, and you can remove a single line of code to make that not a problem anymore. Sanyu is the second most important boss for scoring. That's nice to know, considering the fact that I've been talking about other things the whole fight. So what has been happening on Sanyo? Can someone put me up to speed? If Sanyo is only number 2, then Shimato has to be number 1. Mallet of everything that expands equals a lot of money. Okay. Sanyo's first spell was Bomb, Mallet plus Mallet hit when it starts the Dense Waves. Okay, so you just do Mallet's things on Sanyo's patterns, but because of how Sanyo's patterns in particular work, they just give a lot of score. A single missed Mallet ends your run. Now it must be nice to just have one power always in reserve that you can just take out of the reserve whenever you just suicide like that. Yes, my cursor. It is always there. I have a cursor on screen sometimes. And sometimes I just play the game with the cursor to entertain myself. But being able to get 7 million for each death. Okay, now don't die again. Okay. Kinda hilarious. For reference, each life is worth 5 million clear points. Those power items that drop on death turn into 1 million each, while a life is worth 5 million for the clear bonus. That's busted. Okay, that is just busted. Also, stage 4 already 5 billion in a certain other game that lets you counter stop. Is it H6? Yes, some game might have introduced power items being worth as much as a point item when you're at full power. But with a card like this, it becomes busted. I did not manage to replace the yin yangs with basketballs in time. Second non is worth a lot. Okay. I'm watching. Okay, I can see how that gets a lot. Okay, you're almost there. Nice job. I'm glad to have people who know Touhou 18 scoring in chat. You're mad that you can time down to this spell name I don't recognize to recharge your mallet to get 2 mallets along too. You know, isn't that kind of the point of a mechanic that you have to use the mechanic to get score? At least it always felt like that for Touhou. Where can't think of a game where you don't use, where scoring doesn't just boil down to making the most use of the mechanic, unless it's USD, which doesn't really have a mechanic. So score bonus are spammable as it's okay. Star item value. Okay, stage 5, and we started in the top corner. Okay, right, so other scoring mechanic and the speed kills. Suddenly, 5 lives. Yeah, the shop does that to you. Moko card. In Bomb on Sarcastic, extend the spam section. Yeah. If the spam section is worth a lot, then yeah, the spam section is worth a lot. EM is just a funny game. No, I feel like the cart mechanic feels more right in 18.5. But still, it's a funny game. Oh yeah. So you remember when Toymina mentioned that you just go to the scariest part and then you... It might not be too late to postpone the run. So Toymina mentioned that in chat that scoring boils down to just waiting for the mallet to recharge, then going to the scariest part on screen and then using the mallet. Well, see how by using Sanae's bomb you don't even have to dodge to get into the scary part. You have enough time to use the mallet before the bomb consumes everything. Oh, you know, Tails, about your comment, I pinged the commentators 3 times. I pinged the commentators 3 times, but nobody came. So I'm commentating a score run of a game I never played alone. Wait, I didn't even notice that the Mokusha card showed up on the HUD. Racing is vital in this game. How so? When you spread misinformation on the internet. Hold on. Giga Chad. If the image were to load. You know what? I'm just gonna put a low quality Giga Chad on the layout. This is you. But also, now this is Megumu. I turned Megumu into Giga Chad. And now but then I removed the Giga Chad so that Giga Chad doesn't get the mallet. How many items do you get by malleting a laser? Add the Giga Chad as a card in the HUD. I can do that. See, I just need to close all my other folders. Put this here. That's the layout. That's the game. That's a YouTube video that's behind the game. Let's see them. Let's see this. The Sutra Scroll is gonna be the Giga Chad. There we go. I'm waiting for someone to turn into the stream like now and not notice. Yeah, passive cards is what they're called. That text would be translated, but recently TH Script has been taking a long time to load. No, I wish Ints was here. Also, sus character. Susie. Extend, and then it's just one life again. Almost like the replay system in this game is a bit broken. Sus! Sus! Oh, the Giga Chat desynced. Touhou 18 and it's D6. $4,500 money. He can take 17 hits before he loses PID. Lag spike. Lag spike. No, the replay did not desync. Yet. You know, I didn't even need to tick that box because there's no centipede card anywhere. You know, the reason for the centipede desyncs is actually really funny. Rainbow Ring of People. No, there is no desync. Alright, I have to speed up with Z. And I didn't map my Z key. I didn't remap my Z key. Money. Oh, this card. Where you just lose money when you get hit. Can't die for more bump because Achy card. Right, Achy card also exists in 18. It wasn't invented in 1825. Unique route on this spell to maximize things that can be that the mallet can be applied on. Gently apply mallet. There we go. The mallet has been applied gently. And there might be enough time for a third one. We have at least 2 spells for the clear bonus. Okay, I think there's just barely enough time. No, there was not enough time. But mallet on a non-spell. Yo mama, but the punchline is always Xbox Live. Mallet is a 24-second cooldown scroll. Right, so it's a 72% cooldown. What's the purpose of this space? Does this run just not get any cards that go here? You can hug the sides of the screen to make half the bullets not spawn, which is good for survival, but not good for score. Hey, you charge up the mallet for this non-spell. It's okay, you can afford it. When you just have enough money to buy yourself out of debt. Extra shot types. Okay. Then that means that this run just doesn't get any. Also, you just keep collecting more money with the mallet, which means that you just never die. There is no need for death. It just doesn't happen. You stack as many bullets on top of each other, then gently apply the mallet. Or not. Save it for the non. And then time down the non for another mallet, unless you're saving it for the spell. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched this run. Or any UM score run. Rainbow Ring of People. So I just speed it up. Okay, mallets are worthless, and you just, so I guess you just... Ah, the music resynced itself because... Game. Good job, Zoom. Good job, Zeus. It was introduced in Touhou 17. And also the music sync allows you to do this. I fast forwarded into the credits theme. I was just trying to demonstrate the Nightcore mechanic, and I fast forwarded into the credits theme. By complete accident, by the way. Okay, so turns out that this music resyncing feature with replays can accidentally set the can accidentally make the game just play the next song in the BGM file. So depending on how long you speed up for, the game will create like a little number that it then and it uses that number to say, okay, okay, jump this much forward in the BGM file by this much, right? But it doesn't check if this much is still within the same song, so it can overflow into the next song. And good use of the rice. 10 billion, and we can see it because God bless America. I think that's the extra stage. No, the credits theme is right after the final boss theme in the BGM file. Yeah, and when it overflows out of the song it's supposed to play like that, it will also play the next song once the current song is over. I think you can crash the game with that once you go outside the BGM file. So, final score. Do I have it show the final score? Add stage clear bonus when playing replay. I think... No, I don't want to replay the whole thing again. I just want to... Also, this player is hacky. I just wanna fast forward to this stage to get the final score. I did a lot of testing to make sure that that feature works properly. This is gonna take a while. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep fast forwarding. Okay, this is still the correct song. There we go! Yeah, the fight was long enough that the song managed to loop. So I managed to make the game play the next song with this feature. Now what happens is that as you're speeding up the replay, the game will try to keep track of a position within the BGM file of where it should place the cursor of where it should place the cursor of where to continue playing. But the cursor can also go just into the next song. If you start a stage, the game will just start playing the stage theme. Like it will just reset to just playing the normal stage theme. So anyways, I think this is the final score. But anyways, like speaking of like cards that are memes, I prepared this. I prepared this just for that. 18.5. It shows up on the preview. God bless America. This is not a drill. We are proceeding to TD scoring. You know, I actually watched Maribel Hearn stream TD scoring for a long time. When he did it a long time ago, I would always watch, and so I actually figured out TD scoring, and then I completely forgot everything. TH13. I once again have no save file and also no BGM. So, another score run about a game that I used to know things about, and then I forgot everything. But also, this is a hard score run, and I always appreciate it when people score lower difficulties. Unusual choice of shot for scoring TD as well. So there are these spirits, and I already have no idea what I'm talking about. I think you know I'm just gonna be like Papyrus during the tile puzzle, and I'm just gonna be like, blue spirits increase PIB. Grey spirits also increase PIB, but they're a bit different. Red spirits give you a life piece, and they give you more life piece if you are in a trance. Green spirits give you bomb pieces, and they give you more bomb pieces if you are in a trance. Spirits will also charge up your trance gauge, and if it's full, you can press C to activate a trance. This is how you activate trances. But even if it's not filled up and only at one level, you can still trance if you die. If you die, you will still go into a trance. How many spirits spawn depend on how close you are to the enemies and how fast you kill them. This is why it is important to shotgun as any shot. And when you are in a trance, you are immune to all bullets, allowing you to shotgun more. Reimu, while in a trance, will actually attract other spirits, which in the setting of a score run is bad, because sometimes you want to leave spirits behind to collect when you run out of trance, so you can rebuild your trance gauge. I saw Maribel Hearn do this a lot when I watched the score runs, and I do remember that part. I'm just trying to replicate how people voice Papyrus, or how most people tend to voice Papyrus. And Papyrus is also known for explaining a tile puzzle that he doesn't know how it actually works. If you tell him that you don't understand it, he will also get confused and completely mess up the explanation. If you just tell Papyrus that you don't understand the tile puzzle, you skip it. As in, there is no tile puzzle generating animation, which is faster when you're speedrunning. This was before I knew how to shotgun Union Final. I mean, you were trying to score, and this is certainly a score run. And you do know that you are in fact trying to go for a good score. Yeah, with a different shot you would have definitely left some spirits behind to activate another warp trance gauge more quickly. I wondered, are there some rain routes for TD scoring where you actively run away from spirits to make sure that you don't catch them when your trance runs out? I am also trying to not to die. So another thing about TD scoring that I still remember from the days where I actually knew how it works is that it is pretty strict. So you follow a strict route, and if you mess up somewhere or deviate a bit, then it punishes you a lot. So you have to be precise in following your route. Why are you avoiding the items? It doesn't really make sense that you would avoid items like that. Hour and 20 minutes in, we're just beginning the third run. You know, I really got myself the best queue. I really got myself the best schedule today. Because I wanted to suck up the spirits in the trance and not take all of them and try to POC. Okay. If you have low PIV, then you probably do want to go for more PIV rather than focus on collecting the items that have the value whose value will try to increase. Imagine if it was 8 lol-K score runs. We don't do 8 runs on TRS, we do 7. But yes, it would be very fun to have a TRS which is just 7 lol-K score runs. And they're all like very optimized, so they're just maximum like pure lol-K madness. I would love that! I love lol-K! It's my favorite Touhou game! 6-hour TRS. Going into 3 AM. It's like 3 in the morning and it's still going. I might do that. You know, if I knew how lol-K scoring works, I would be willing to do that. But the problem is learning how lol-K scoring works. I would have to bring myself to do that. Just sit down and learn some quality scoring. Also, boss appearances and mid-boss appearances cancelling the trance but not using up the whole trance gauge. That is also nice. It's another common thing used in score runs. So we have arrived at Yoshika, and I don't have anything to say. Fun! The least fun part of KRS is when you have nothing to say for something, and it's like a game you've never played, and a score run in that game, and you just have nothing to say. It's like worse when you have something to say, but it's completely unrelated. H? Yeah. Where you just kill the spirits she spawns, but I didn't know it when I did this run. Yeah, you get more spirits from shotgunning. If you have more things to kill, then you have more things to get spirits from. But this becomes even more important in the next stage. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So on this spell, Yoshika heals herself with spirits, but you can still collect the spirits to dampen the healing. Or you die and then you use a trance. But don't let the spirits that you drop after the trance get close to Yoshika. Alright. I think this stage is pretty important for us to go around. But I might be mistaken. is just normal human gameplay. Oh, there's a bomb here. Oh, I can feel the view count dropping as I have nothing to say and as I'm just being not a great entertainer. I think there's some stretch in this game where you deliberately skip dialogue for something. So, the Sega fight, where Yoshika joins and can be killed, but will also revive when killed. This allows you to get a lot of spirits out of Yoshika by just killing her over and over. This is a bit of a higher level scoring strategy. Yeah, scoring on this boss that is maybe basically the bully. I also start shooting every time she shoots bullets so I can shotgun as much as possible. Makes sense. Make the most out of your death with shotgunning in France. Improvisation scoring, but it is a PB, and that is worth something. But I've mentioned before, going, as far as I remember, going off-route and making mistakes in this game is extra punishing because it's a very strict game where you have to follow the route. Or else you get punished much harder than in other games. These fairies didn't even get to exist. Anyways, I get a rare opportunities. I get to stage 5. In essence, most of your score runs that reach stage 5 become gorilla at like stage 4, at like somewhere in stage 4. Are you gonna do something with those spirits? Okay, you did something with the spirits. I like how you went straight from 1cc to scoring. Like you used your 1cc shot for the score, as if you didn't do anything in this game other than 1cc before going straight for score. And honestly, I respect that. I didn't have looting 1cc instead of scoring it, and I didn't care about survival goals. I can respect that. Press I did dialogue skip there. I did press the speed up button on the dialogue. Hit the speed up button. Especially when it is dialogue that we are talking about. You know, anything to make things go faster. When we have a TRS with 4 score runs. At least TD is a relatively short game. Oh, the loop is well completely differently to get for shotgun and respectable. Dialogues get included and hopefully fill that with trans there. Oh, so that is the dialogue skip strategy that I mentioned earlier, where you skip dialogue and it is important for the run itself that you skip the dialogue. Hit the trans button. Hit the trans button the way you hit the slay button. Just learned about it. Okay. Epic spell, just skip it. Eco speedrun. Double speedrunning is so funny. The characters are talking random nonsense. Oh yeah, I got full gauge. I wonder how you're gonna use it. Yeah, is this what they mean when they say that TV storage is XX? Yeah, it's not true because TV storage is a lot of effort. But sometimes it is just XXC. Not skipping this one. And it comes right back to skip you. Or something. S. Okay, the message where you said look at the epic defiance cap arrived after you already died on my end. I forgot about the fact that stream delay exists. You did not commit suicide because you didn't have any lives left for the suicide. So that was 1.64 billion, 164 billion. Congratulations on beating the world record by a factor of 100 something. Great job. Okay, now we have something that is not a score run. A Toy Mina replay. It's on Restart Syndrome, which completely messes up. It's from Restart Syndrome, which completely messed up the replay file name. th8_udxtxt.rpy. th08.lsd. I have a file called th08.lsd in my th08 folder. It is a file that was generated by a program called Luke Stackwalker, which is a profiler that isn't precise like other profilers, but if you have big lag spikes, and if it's like something that you didn't write, another piece of software, and you're experiencing a big lag spike, it is still a good debugger. Difficulty extra. Shot type Remilia. This is a solo Remilia replay. I have discovered that there was a lot of scores on Restart Syndrome page for Iron Exo, so I decided to try it and ended up getting some sort of shit post. Wait, this is another scoring run. This is another score run. Dude, this is... No, this... No, it's marked as... no, it's marked as survival, but according to the comment, this is another score run. hit the sleigh button. So, Toy Mine shitpost. I wonder what it will be. Can we even call this a score run? Not sure. Also, I forgot I set my colors to 16-bit from the time I tested my PNG screenshot feature that I made, which allows you to press P and save the screenshot in PNG format. Death on Random Fairies, player Toy Mine. It is not marked as a score run, but it says in the comment that it is like a score run. That's probably why no one noticed that this run is also scoring. But it's a Toy Mine replay, so I don't have to be serious on that one. If only Toy Mine was not asleep in this very instant. Perhaps I should have moved this replay to earlier in the stream when Toy Mine would have been there. Yeah, that means we have 5 score runs. 5 out of 7. And one of the non-score runs is a fan game. No, one of the non-score runs is Touhou. A game that I have... Not sure what I was even on about. But that begs the question, do we even allow Touhou on TRS? For today, yes. Bombing next history, I wouldn't call the scoring. Okay, I'm going to read the comments. I discovered that there was a lot of scores on Restart Syndrome's page for Iron Extra, so I decided to try it. I ended up getting some sort of shit post. Very rusty. This is a score run. Okay, this doesn't really look like a score run. But it's a Toy Mine replay, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's definitely score, but it doesn't actually score any. You can spin the Death Fairy and get Graze. That would have been a scoring strategy. This can definitely not be classified as a score run. Also, I like the fact that solo shot type dialogue still uses the duo shot type dialogue, which really seals the deal that solo shots were an afterthought that Zoot put into the game because he thought it would be funny. Bombing right as the first non-spell ends. Yeah, that's a 1cc thing to do. That is such a 1cc thing to do, and it's happening in this run. If I remember correctly, good X and B gets like 1.5 bill, and this is 1.1 bill. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of someone like taking pride in having an IN easy score of 1.2 billion, I think. And I like beat that with my 1cc that has like no skill involved, but the person who made that run was using extra resources, so the game would inflict a player penalty upon you every stage. Because as it turns out, this player was very bad at dodging bullets and would genuinely need the resources to get a clear on easy. Which is a bit pathetic now that I think about it. We have an actually, considering that that there is an argument to call this a score run, but this TRS, I have managed to schedule this TRS in a way where we start with not a score run, end with not a score run, but everything in between is scoring. Honest Man's Death, which isn't actually that hard. You just have to know to be past the laser, which does not have a hitbox until it reaches the center of the screen, or until it's halfway done with its rotation. Everyone in YouTube comment sections thinks it's hard, when it's not really. Spinning Honest Man's Death, I think that's a pass strategy. If you consider the survival, this would be... So it would be perfect P symmetrical. Lol. Oh, now I get it. N is non-scoring. Now I get it. S is scoring, N is non-scoring. So it doesn't matter if this run is a score run or not. It only affects the number of score runs, but the TRS is still symmetrical. Gray items. You can focus the POC on not full power. Unless it doesn't work with Vermilia for some reason. So like you could have... At least you got the death bomb here. I know you're getting heavy hitter cross. But the boss has bomb immunity. Because all extra bosses have permanent bomb immunity. This is why the presence of bomb immunity also corresponds with the presence of Rain Rod. Wait, you can spin this? Spin what? Honest Man's Death? You put the frickin' circles everywhere on screen. But you could have dodged it somehow anyways. So like it didn't matter, but they were scattered a lot, which looked very funny. Wait, do you have so much stream delay that you only now heard of Honest Man's Death spinning? Or are you talking about a different spell? Volcano. Yeah, that was probably a different spell that I did not read the name of because I did not launch my game with TH Crab. I would have liked it to so, but for some reason TH Crab is taking extra long today to start anything. So I do not. Spinning Fujiyama Volcano. Oh, now I know what spell that is. Finale. Not grazing Cora at all. Yes, the spell can be grazed. And in a score run, you would do that. So for absolutely seeing that spell, you only need 10 time to see it. And you have to deliberately not score to not get that. But also the reason why it's 10 time is because the 10 comes from a different buffer and the game overflows out of the buffer that tells it how much time each stage needs for the last spell. So the 10 is actually from a different buffer. Still, it's 10. It is at 10 time to get the last spell an extra stage. I wouldn't call it this early. We have 20 seconds left. Yes, there is no cap in sight. So this was the Iron Extra score run. Let's just forget about that. Okay. Fan game. It's fan game in time. Here I got difficulty extra. Yes, we can confidently call this a score run. Hopefully, Esmaros. Alright, show the browser. I have done testing to make sure it fits perfectly. So, how does this game work? What is special about this game other than banger music, which admittedly isn't that special for Touhou? For extra, grabbing the little gems cancels a lot of bullets and gives a ton of POs. You grab a gemstone that has the number 3 written on it, and then you get stuff. Also power overwhelm, which gives like 12 times swarm multiplier basically and makes spells harder. What the hell? You just keep collecting these gems and everything just disappears. Red glowing eyes. Why does Marissa have a stupidly wide shot? You know, Marissa in general just feels very large, like she's a ship from an arcade shoot 'em up. However, dodging is still limited to this tiny dot. Unlike arcade shmups. Power overwhelming enable. English. This happened. This happened. Like, what a goofy dialogue. It's almost like part of it is off screen. But I wonder, but how could there be anything off screen? Why is this boss's name like Little Gluttony, but with only the first name being German while the second last name is just English? This makes no sense. Power overwhelming ready. It seems like this game has a speech impairment, where everything it says is in broken English or German. This looks trippy. And then it's just nothing for a while. Wait, is that supposed to be a cat girl? Imagine dodging in a shmup. The stage is pretty much cool to squirt, but the boss is basically excellent with PO time. Okay, that was explained like the hairballs and the meow sound effects. And also this music sounds like an old, like the villain's theme in a really old cartoon. Yes, the mid-boss becoming its own boss in the extra stage. Tsukasa never got to be a full boss. He just shows up as mid-boss to troll you. It's a Mamizo pattern with the funny animal bullets. And it's also that one uh uh Momoyo pattern where you have the ball to cancel bullets. But also all the animal bullets are birds, and the boss will only eat the bird bullets and not the other bullets. Which makes sense because cats like to eat birds. Wait, Tsukasa became a boss in 18.5. Oh no, the fog is coming! There is nowhere to run, there is nowhere to hide. The fog is coming. So I guess you just have to remember where to stand for each wave. Actually, it's just 180 degrees rotated from where the gap starts out. So you just do that, and then you just stand there, and then it doesn't matter that the fog is coming. You dodge it anyways. I guess the fan game trope of all of the spell almost just completely killing you and then ending right before that happens. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything, it's just that fan games like to do that, is all I'm saying. Are those blood drops? Are those blood drops? Is this gonna get my stream age restricted? It's okay, they are just red tears. Red tears. And then this spell declares itself with meaty sound effects. Good lord, it's Pac-Man! Pac-Man, more like... Imagine if the original Pac-Man arcade game also made noises like that. Every time you collected a dot, Pac-Man would just make this noise. Game of Jörmungandr. There is a letter missing at the end. And what kind of name is that? This whole spell looks and sounds like some eldritch abomination. It's a serpent in Norse mythology. It's a Lamlana boss. Okay, I take that. And that's the end of the video. Let's check out let's check out my recommendations. The evolution of Touhou. But that video is off screen. 7 hardest to capture survival spell card in Touhou, Windows era only. This is the video that I talked about during the DTC score run. That's the video. That's the video. Uh, the fog is coming for LLS. This is not a typical task. This run was done in real time with save states. No frame advance was used. It's just a save stated run. Properties. Change the video ID. I'm gonna adjust the... Okay, now I'm gonna adjust the screen. Move it like that. That's not gonna fit. I gotta make it like a bit smaller. T98. So yeah, save states. We are using save states in order to make a score run. Show the Sokovic, Yukari versus Marissa, what? You can see the save states being loaded. Yeah, that should be good. Can't see the left side of the screen. Left side of the screen. No, the whole game area is now captured. Let's see. Game. The game is LLS. The player is Kirby Comment. This is Marissa A. Yeah, it is. There are notes. I should be looking at those. Okay, I made a video of an easier route to use in 2018. This one, however, goes for almost all of the hard strategies and does not allow for any unintentional deaths except on Ellie. That does also mean that you wouldn't want to die on Hirakiko or stage 5 ranks. A few things also become harder to dodge because of higher rank. The bomb round will be almost identical to the current world record route I did on normal. A few of the grace and cancel strategies shown here aren't done in full runs yet, but are doable, but may still be difficult or too risky. So, Marissa A is used despite being the second worst shot type for scoring. This shot is by far the most commonly used for scoring because she's the easiest for survival. Yes, that is because Marissa A is strong. The enemies right before them must only fire when you're far enough away from them. Since bullets don't instantly spawn, you can spawn graze them. This does graze a little more, but it's not strictly necessary to reach 999 graze in stage 1. So, Orange, you would normally do a suicide super grace in the opener, however, you can move the suicide to the final set to get a larger cancel when you die. Okay, stage 2. I have no idea how the LLS system works. I don't even know what the HUD elements mean because they're in Japanese. Kill the midboss early to get extra enemies. And fast enough to get 10k dream bonus by the end of the stage. I wonder. You know, I am not sure. Okay, so point items collected during a bomb have doubled the value. There is a string right below the point item count and above grace. Okay, but what does dream do? Dream is added directly to the value of any point items you collect. It is not your point item value like it is in Mystic Square. Dream also resets after every stage. Okay, and I saw the dream items. So I guess... Okay, and I guess grace gives point item value. Lowers by 1 level when you... and it lowers by 1 level when you die. Killing the midboss early does require you to get more grace during the bosses. Can be achieved by point-blank grazing some of the palette patterns during phase 1 and 3. This can be difficult to time though, and timing late will result in a death. Okay, and there's a cap. Okay. This is point items collected. These is green and is grace. Okay. And there's a cap on how much dream you can have of 51,200. Okay, and grazing gives clear bonus, so it doesn't really matter. So you just need to get to 999 grace, which is the grace cap per stage. And you get raw score from it. But you get raw score past 999 from grazing. Clear bonus. Only one among us. There is only one imposter among us. No, I pinged commentators 3 times. What the hell is that? You don't get raw score if you grace this gap, but it does advance the RNG. So you can RNG manipulate with grace past 999, but really, your only goal is to get 999 grace every stage for raw score and for the clear bonus. When reaching 51 mil in the video, you would... Okay. That's for later. Okay, when reaching 51 mil in the video, you would normally suicide right after the bomb. Instead, you do a suicide right before you would do the next bomb at 52 million. This allows you to bomb the items dropped from the suicide. It is more difficult to do due to the randomness of the orbs and the right timing of the bomb. Okay, big blue items increase the dream. Okay, that's the suicide, that's the bomb. And that's the bomb again. Okay, main difference between normal runs and here is that I go out of my way to get big cancels, except on the penultimate. The first attack of each phase that Ellie fires is based on which attack you ended the previous phase on, so attacks are predictable. Okay, dreams... That might just be Mystic Square. Safe state here, okay. That sure is one way to dodge Ellie's pellet waves. Yeah, that is. This method of dodging is probably why this run uses safe states and is segmented. Stage 4. Lots of bombing. Okay. Hikaruko? Who's Hikaruko? Okay, after the first mid-boss, a bomb ends up getting skipped. This is because a lunatic Hikaruko's opener pattern gives a huge cancel. The extra time spent on the mid-boss means bomb is safe and instead gets used in stage 6. Cancelling the opener pattern with lower difficulties would not be worth it. The extra grace you can get on this mid-boss is irrelevant. Danger, 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 danger. Also, that's a character. I never heard the name Hikaruko in my entire life. This is because Hikaruko was named by the fans. She has no name. I thought that was Reimu. I thought it was just Reimu on some bee scooter. What happened to Kolika Rengeteki? I think I heard of that name. Okay. Reimu, boss battle. This is the main place where Marisa A loses score. Reimu gives a lot less score compared to the Marisa fight. Marisa has orbs you can shoot for up to 2 million, and Marisa also gives much higher cancel bonus, especially since Marisa has to do the Reimu fight at high rank. Reimu gives shitty cancels by comparison, but it's also a lot easier. Reimu is much more predictable. Yes, Regatech is another name depends on its gift here, and then a few call him Kushi, which is an alternate reading of the kanji for Hikaruko. Alternative reading. Stage 5. Alright, there are notes on Stage 5. Stage 5, pray don't get fucked up by the rings lol, and on high rank this took many attempts to do once. Oh, glad I found the notes. I'd rather remember to read the notes right as rings are coming up. And that was rings. Sleepy Yuka, nothing is different in this fight. It is worth mentioning. It is worth mentioning that the laser spin grace can be done on the second wave too. The bullet cap erases the bottom left yellow bullets on wave 1 and then top right bullets on wave 2. Okay, this is a later pattern. No, this is this pattern. In this harder route you will get here at higher rank, though if Yuka sits very close to the side of the screen, there is a small chance that the bullet cap doesn't trigger during the yellow wave and could die. The safe route avoids this bullet cap shenanigans. It may have been possible. Okay, that's on the final. Okay, but those are some good grazes. Grazes you have to try for. The bullets just phase through on that pattern. Like it looks like the bullets are literally just phasing through Marissa. Probably because the bullet sprite. Probably because the bullet hitbox is in the area where it gets spawned at a different point than you might expect. Maybe possible. Okay, still gotta wait. It may have been possible to get a better cancel bonus on the final by waiting a better moment, but thankfully you don't get better cancels by waiting. If you had to wait, the dodging required would be harder than the rings, so completely bonkers. The pattern very quickly creates impossible dodge walls. Okay, the notes clearly expect someone to read them who already knows a route for scoring this game. At E8.9M, the skip bomb from stage 4 is used. I guess that just happened, or yeah, it happened a while ago. So this is like 154 million, I think. I think this is like 154 million. I just got disconnected from chat. I hope I didn't miss anything. Full power cancel on those rings. That was funny. I think this is 155 million. Yep, though. But also, is F6 and then something something, like, is this F7 stand for 157 million? Because if so, then I am reading this number correctly. But also, what happens after F? We are about to find out. Just need to get a bit more score. But we're almost there. It just goes to G. Okay. Learning the alphabet. So now the leftmost digit is using base 17, which according to a mathematician, which according to a mathematics person that I have heard from, is a very suboptimal base to use. So the notes talk about the I think this is where I mentioned notes. When you reach the penultimate, if you're very specific with your damage, you can get the point item just before the phase types out, losing a lot of windmill kills and without losing a lot of windmill kills on power items. I don't know how difficult it would be to be consistent at this though. Okay, the number is base 6. We're now at H. It reaches Z and it will run through some other sprites. Final spell, which is possible unlimited because of bullet cap. So with Rama B, the potential would lie at around 193 million. This is about 9. This is less than that. A test should be able to get at least around 210 to 220 million. Okay. We're almost through this. Properties. Alright. Now this is the the Comic at 74 edition of Seiho 3, which is completely different to the to the Comic at 67 edition of the same game. So it's different versions of the same game, but they play very different. But that's all I really know about the game. This is just a survival run. So this shouldn't require too much intricate knowledge about the game. You know, I'm not actually sure whether Seiho should be allowed on TRS or not. I'm showing this one because I didn't ask. But I'm gonna have to make some. I'm gonna have to like ask about Seiho, and I'm gonna have to ask about Seiho and make an announcement on if we're gonna keep allowing it or not. But this run is just allowed. So I have never even seen this game in my entire life. Neither the C67 nor the C74 edition. So this is gonna be very fun. So it's gonna be very fun to watch and commentate a shoot 'em up game that I never even played or saw. It seems like it's just boss fights. This whole extra stage. And you're fighting ships like in a traditional arcade shoot 'em up, where you also mostly fight other ships, but you also play as a ship. But in this game, you don't play as a ship; you play as a character. I know there's a bit of a President of the Land situation, but with Seiho case it's probably be a bit more complex. The thing about Seiho is that it is also developed by a different person independently from Touhou, and it is its own series of games. So like, I don't think Lennon should be allowed on TRS if Jinx if Zoon decides to hire Jinx. If Zoon decides to hire Jinx to help out a bit with something, not sure what Jinx would help out with. I don't think that would suddenly make Lennon allowed on TRS. And PBG did help out with EOSD's development, But Seiho is a different game series. Made by its own developer, set in its own world. It uses 2 Touhou characters in Seiho 1. I think we have reached the final mid-boss. Yeah, Lennon has 0 connections. Seiko has like 2 Touhou characters, and PPG helped out with programming. Yeah, Ram and Marissa are straight up in a Seiho game that Zune composed music for, and PPG did help out with programming for EOSD. Aside from that, the other 2 Seiho games. You know, I think allowing Seiho 1, but not Seiho 2 or 3 could be a good compromise. Yuki and Mai are in Samidare. This really shows how I haven't played any single game in that series at all. You know, I would like to focus on the game, but I don't know what to focus on in a game that I haven't even played. And also, the player is performing well, and dodging well, and there isn't anything too crazy happening, and no super crazy dodges. Or deaths that I'm noticing. So I'm not sure what to talk about. Yeah. The third game, however, doesn't have any connections to Suna or Touhou. Okay, yeah, this is the third game, made by PPG. This is Seiho 3, not Samidare. Samidare, I'm not sure if it's a Seiho game or if it's just its own thing, separate from even Seiho, but it is a game made by PPG. It is a video game made by PPG. Only use a rechargeable barrier to build like it's an autumn release. That's Samidare. Yeah, I never even saw a video of that game. Huge Seiko fan, excited to play it for the first time. Also, this pattern is trippy. Yeah, same people. But it also begs the question, what about Uwabami breakers on TRS? Now that's the real question. What about Uwabami breakers on TRS, which had like music composed by Zune and uses the same engine as Mountain of Faith? be is technically 10.3. Uh, I'm I'm not sure where the notion that Uwabami Breakers is Touhou 10.3 comes from. Like, the only place I ever see Uwabami Breakers being referred to as Touhou 10.3 is Touhou Toolkit, which needs... And the thing about Touhou Toolkit is that it takes a parameter of what is it takes on the command line a parameter of what game you're trying to modify, and you can only specify numbers for that parameter because of how the tool works. So they use 10.3 as the number for Uwabami breakers because Touhou Toolkit supports Uwabami breakers. But the only reason it does that is because it literally uses the Touhou 10 engine, because it's a beer game that Zoon and his friends came up with in a bar. And the engine is the only reason why THCrab supports it as well. No other reason. But yeah, Touhou Toolkit is the only place I can think of where it's referred to as. Pretty sure the Lord of the Games there says that if you get drunk all night in the bar, you see a mysterious world of Danmaku. Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor, I saw a mysterious world of Danmaku and I was a protagonist in a shoot 'em up game. That's why I committed the mass shooting at the bar. So, what even is this pattern trying to be? Because there's like almost nothing happening. There are these waves and then there are these green bullets, but like, where's the challenge? What is it trying to be? It's a timeout, but okay, the waves, the waves are increasing in amplitude. Shooting the dolls or walls creates revenge bullets, but if you don't shoot them, you don't have any. Which is interesting. Yeah, I think that's the last one. Fun fact about those boss here, they literally only appear here in the extra, which is no story, so we barely have any lore on them. Every other character in the extra is from the previous 2 games. Lore. Guys, we're fighting Gaster. But do we have a name for this character? What? What is it? I don't see it on the UI anywhere. Icarus. Alright. If I open the player and I hover, look, character name. It's in the video. Yeah, maybe this character was supposed to appear in a future Seiho game that never happened. What happened to the Seiho series anyways? Like, why did it just stop? And that's it. Oh look, it's that video again. All 1267 Minecraft sounds. YouTube recommendations. I completely broke the entire game with just one item in Raft. So, I can't believe that this TRS is over. This and like and like in only 3 hours too. Like it feels like I missed something. So let me just double check. No, we did not miss anything. That really is it for this very scuffed Touhou replay showcase. This is not a drill. This is a hammer, but also it's the hammer that's gonna end the stream now. Thank you for watching.